Then Enlil boarded. He took my hand. He led me out. Then he led out my wife. He had us kneel down in front of him. He touched our foreheads and said, standing between us, he blessed us. Hear me, you gods. Until now, Utnapishtim was a mortal man. But from now on, he and his wife shall be gods like us. They shall live forever at the source of the rivers far away. Then they brought us to this distant place at the source of the rivers. Here we live. Now then, Gilgamesh, who will assemble the gods for your sake? Who will convince them to grant you eternal life that you seek? How would they know that you deserve it? First pass this test. Just stay awake for 7 days, prevail against sleep, and perhaps you will prevail against death. So Gilgamesh sat down against a wall and began to rest. The moment he sat down, sleep swirled over him like a fog. Utnapishtim said to his wife, "Look at this fellow. He wanted to live forever. But the very moment he sat down, sleep swirls upon him like a fog." His wife said, "Touch him on the shoulder, wake him, let him depart and go back safely to his own land, by the gate he came through." Utnapishtim said, "All men are liars. When he wakes up, watch how he tries to deceive us. So bake a loaf for each day he sleeps, put them in a row beside him, and make a mark on the wall for every loaf." She baked the loaves and put them beside him. She made a mark for each day he slept. The first loaf was rock hard, the second loaf was dried out like leather. The third had shrunk, the fourth had a whitish covering. The fifth was spotted with mold, the sixth was stale. The seventh loaf was still on the coals when he reached out and touched him. Gilgamesh woke with a start and said, "I was almost falling asleep when I felt your touch." Utnapishtim said, "Look down, friend, count these loaves that my wife baked and put here while you sat sleeping. The first one, rock hard, was baked 7 days ago. This one, leathery, was baked 6 days ago, and so on for all the rest of the days you sat here sleeping. Look, they are marked on the wall behind you." Gilgamesh cried out, "What will I do? Where shall I go now? Death has caught me. It lurks in my bedroom and everywhere I look. Everywhere I turn, there is only death." Utnapishtim said to the boatman, "This is the last time, Urshanabi, that you are allowed to cross the vast ocean and reach these shores. As for this man, he is filthy and tired. His hair is matted. Animal skins have obscured his beauty. Bring him to the tub and wash out his hair. Take off his animal skin and let the waves of the ocean carry it away. Moisten his body with sweet-smelling oil. Bind his hair in a bright new headband. Dress him in fine robes fit for a king. Until he comes to the end of his journey, let his robes be spotless as though they were new." He brought him to the tub. He washed out his hair. He took off his animal skin and let the waves of the ocean carry it away. He moistened his body with sweet-smelling oil. He bound his hair in a bright new headband. He dressed him in fine robes fit for a king. Then Gilgamesh and Uruk-shanabi boarded, pushed off, and the little boat began to move away from the shore. But the wife of Utnapishtim said, "Wait! This man came a very long way. He endured many hardships to get here. Won't you give him something for his journey home?" When he heard this, Gilgamesh turned the boat around, and he brought it back to the shore. Utnapishtim said, "Gilgamesh, you came a very long way. You endured many hardships to get here. Now I will give you something for your journey home, a mystery, a secret of the gods. There is a spiny bush that grows in the waters of the great deep. It has sharp spikes that will prick your fingers like a rose's thorns. If you find this plant and bring it to the surface, you have found the secret of youth." Gilgamesh dug a pit on the shore that led down into the great deep. He tied 2 heavy stones to his feet. They pulled him downward into the water's depths. He found the plant. He grasped it. It tore his fingers. They bled. He cut off the stones. His body shot up to the surface, and the waves cast him back, gasping onto the shore. Gilgamesh said to Urshanabi, "Come here. Look at this marvelous plant, the antidote to the fear of death. With it, we will return to the youth we once had. I will take it to Uruk. I will test its power by seeing what happens when an old man eats it. If that succeeds, I will eat some myself and become a carefree young man again." At 400 miles, they stopped to eat. At 1,000 miles, they pitched their camp. Gilgamesh saw a pond of cool water. He left the plant on the ground and bathed. A snake smelled its fragrance. Stealthily it crawled up and carried the plant away. As it disappeared, it cast off its skin. When Gilgamesh saw what the snake had done, he sat down and wept. He said to the boatman, "What shall I do now? All my hardships have been for nothing. O Ur-Sanabi, was it for this that my hands have labored? Was it for this I have gave my heart's blood? I have gained no benefit for myself, but have lost the marvelous plant to a reptile. I plucked it from the depths, and how could I ever manage to find that place again? And our little boat, we left it on shore." At 400 miles they stopped to eat. At 1,000 miles they pitched their camp. When at last they arrived, Gilgamesh said to Ur-Shanabi, "This is the wall of Uruk, which no city on earth can equal. See how its ramparts gleam like copper in the sun? Climb the stone staircase, more ancient than the mind can imagine. Approach the Eanna temple, sacred to Ishtar, a temple that no king has equaled in size or beauty. Walk on the wall of Uruk, follow its course around the city, inspect its mighty foundations, examine its brickwork, how masterfully it is built. Observe the land it encloses, the palm trees, the gardens, the orchards, the glorious palaces and temples, the shops and marketplaces, the houses, the public squares."